Hello, lovelies. It's Mama G here, Mama G here, and wanted to give you an update. Those of you, it's quarter. I'm looking up at the clock. It's 12:15 in the afternoon. I'm just getting up today, and some of you that have been watching the channel have noticed a spiraling in my mental and physical health. So this morning I got up around 6 o'clock and again almost immediately was riddled with intense anxiety, which is different than panic. Please know that. And the inability to eat has been affecting my health more so than, and I've never been able to really eat much, but I started getting excruciating pains in my stomach, which was triggering the ice throughout my body feeling and panic. And I had, in my entire life, I've had this all my life, so I've survived this all my life. But this morning was top 3 worst panic attacks that I've ever had in my life at 65. So top 3. And I almost didn't make it, to be honest with you. I took my anti-anxiety medication more than prescribed to really, because it just wasn't working. And after about, it's over 3 hours long, which seemed like an eternity, pacing, walking around barefoot outside in the cold, all the things, all the breathing techniques, I did everything, all the techniques that I've learned through the many years. Nothing was really working. And I have an appointment tomorrow. I'll tell you about that maybe afterwards. But there's a couple things that I'm gonna ask the doctor if I can have done. I think it's time for a feeding tube and IV hydration, because I'm extremely dehydrated, unable to swallow foods or liquids. Been going on forever, and I think my body's just starting to really break down. So all that crap, but I guess basically what I'm kind of documenting this in some respect, but also there's a good chance I'm going to have to take a little break on the channel. And of course, it all depends on what we come to as an idea for the doctor's appointment tomorrow, and then if I have to go to specialists or whatever. But because I don't know if you guys know this, but I've been basically surviving on, I don't have any here, but surviving on those like Ensures, but I buy the cheap ones, which is they're disgusting. They're not that they taste disgusting, but they're not the healthiest thing. They're a supplement, not not that you're supposed to live off of those. And I've been living off of those for decades. And then stupid things that I am able to eat, cheese doodles and candy, chocolate candy. It seems like all things that begin with the letter C, except for salad. Once in a while I can eat a salad, but I could try to eat chicken, and it just kind of makes me laugh that most of the things that I'm able to sometimes eat a little bit of all begin with the letter C. So there's no OCD there. It just happened to have been that way. So it's not like I have to eat things with C. That's not the case. It just worked out that way. But anyway, I'm not looking for pity. I'm not looking for any kind of thing. Just, I know that the last couple of lives and even the last couple of videos, some of you have said, oh, you look sad. Yeah, this is sad because I thought that at this point in my life I'd be over this, but unfortunately not. But this is my, I guess we all have crosses to bear, so to speak. This is mine. Other than this, I am an incredibly blessed and always have been a very blessed person. So I'm not mad at it. It's just part of whatever reason that this is part of this journey in my life. And I just wanted to give you guys an update. If you if you don't see me on the Saturday live with Rusty, or if I do schedule a live and we cancel all of a sudden, that might be the reason why. Most likely it's the reason why. I love all you guys. Thank you all for your care, your love, support. Please, if you do pray, continue the prayers. You don't have to pray about me specifically, but when you do the little prayer or sending out those good vibes, I think it does go to those who need it. And maybe some will come my way a little bit. And just you guys knowing that you care truly makes me feel loved and not alone. So for that, I can't thank you enough. Because when you're feeling this panicky, you just don't want it to continue. If you could read between the lines. And that has happened in my life a few times. And knowing that you guys really do care about me helps me to get through that the best I can. So I just want to say thank you for that. And anyway, I don't want to make this too long. So if you don't see me on the streets for a little bit, I'll keep you updated on their doctor's appointment and all that kind of stuff. I'll definitely keep you updated, or have Rusty do that. But if you don't see me being very active, I haven't been active very much in the last few months because I just felt this slowly happening and thought that I was able to, control it and nip it in the butt, not nick it, nip it in the butt, or keep a grasp on it. But I completely lost control this morning. I had no control over it was just excruciating pain, and then the pain just went into panic and just lasted. I mean, I was taking my little bit of my anti-anxiety meds, and then it wasn't helping. I took a little more. It didn't help. After an hour, I took a little bit more, and got to the point where I tried to lay down, and still just the ice cubes and choking. And I don't want to talk about the symptoms, but if you look up panic attacks and you Google that, if you don't know anything about them, that list of things, just all those plus to the max. So that's really the experience I had. It was extremely terrifying, not frightening, terrifying as they are. And I'm not, so if you do know anyone who suffers from severe anxiety or moreover panic attacks or panic disorder, I'm just hoping this doesn't go back into panic disorder, because I don't have the strength. Please be courteous. Ask them what they need. Don't just assume that they need you to stand there and talk to them. Don't assume they need a hug. Ask them, what can I do to help you through this? Because maybe it's something silly that you wouldn't think of, and maybe the hug is the last thing maybe they can't have you touch them because their sensory the tactile sensory would be overwhelming, or being confided. I paced. I walked more this morning, inside pacing and outside in the rain pacing. I've walked more this morning in 3 hours than I have walked probably in 6 months. So, that's what I needed to do to try to help grab a hold of it so it didn't go into my head. It started going, the psychosis started going into my head a few times, and by the grace of God, I was able to bring myself back to some sense of reality. And then it would be done. I'd have a moment of reprieve, and then all of a sudden the entire ice cube feeling, even my legs felt like they were soaking in frozen water, and the racing heart. And I don't know, like I said, I really don't want to go into, I don't want to trigger anybody else. So, and sometimes, like right now, I'm so medicated. Plus I did take a nap. So I slept for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So right now I'm feeling okay. That's why I'm doing this film, because I don't know how I'm going to feel in 5 minutes. So anyway, I babbled on long enough. Thank you guys so much for understanding. This is just kind of an exclamation point. This is an explanation if you don't see me in the streets for a little while. And I will keep you updated on if there's any medical things that I have to go through that is going to definitely keep me off the YouTube streets. But yeah, I love you guys. Be well. Have a yarnalicious day. And I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye for now. My mouth is so dry that I can't even knock. So just imagine the knock. Bye-bye.